1 week ago, I ran the world's biggest half marathon, the Great North Run. The Great North Run has about 60,000 runners, the atmosphere is incredible, and it was my personal first ever race. And I'm going to share with you my personal experience, how tough it felt, and what I actually learned. Now, I personally signed up to the Great North Run as a personal milestone and kind of a benchmark in my fitness journey, because when I first started running, I couldn't run a single minute without getting out of breath. I told myself that I wasn't built to be a runner. Now, in terms of the actual event, the whole course is honestly amazing. The atmosphere, the crowd, and the overall support is unlike anything that I've ever experienced in my entire life. For the vast majority of the half marathon, the streets were absolutely lined with people giving out jelly babies, oranges, like quick carbs to digest. And it's such a great feeling running through and receiving that support. The course itself is absolutely great because you obviously run over the iconic Tyne Bridge and then you finish by the sea, down by the sea in South Shields. And when you run through the city centre, it's also pretty impressive, which is obviously one of the reasons why it's such a popular and such a big event. For me personally, my entire run was done in quite high heart rate zones because I think I was quite hyped up by the atmosphere. So there wasn't kind of one particular point or one particular mile of the race that I thought, oh, that was really challenging in particular. I found it all quite difficult, but it just makes that feeling even better when you finally finish and you cross that finish line and you tick off your first ever half marathon. Now, as you can see on the screen now, my official Strava time was 1 hour, 54 minutes and 1 second. And my official chip time was 1 hour, 54 minutes, 44 seconds. Average pace was around 5:24, 5:25 minutes per kilometre. And honestly, it was a great feeling running my first ever half marathon in an official race and actually hitting that PB. And if you're thinking of signing up to a half marathon, but you don't think you're ready, then just take this as a sign to just go for it, sign up. You never know what will happen. If you looked at me a couple of years ago, I would have never ever thought that I would be running a personal best half marathon in under 2 hours. I would have absolutely laughed at you because I just wouldn't have thought that it was possible. Now, here's what I learned from the build up and actually participating in this event. Your mind is so important. I know everyone says this, but seriously, it is so important. On the day, I spent about an hour in zone 5 and about an hour in zone 4. If you looked at any study about the time in certain heart rate zones, you would understand how absolutely ridiculous that is. Basically, my mind carried me through the entire event. I would never have been able to sustain that intensity in a training run or just a normal kind of run at home. It was only because I was running in the biggest half marathon in the world. The crowd was behind you all the way and just the overall atmosphere was fantastic that I was able to complete it. And through all my training runs building up to the event, of course, you don't feel like doing them all the time, but this is where discipline needs to overtake from motivation. Because when you're out there, when you're in that pen, waiting to go, waiting to start, it will be worth all of the times that you didn't want to go on a run. And when you cross that finish line, it is a moment that you will never forget. Now, the identity shift here as well is massive. A few years ago, I would have never been able to fathom doing this kind of event. But now I am an official half marathoner. I've got multiple half marathons and HYROX events coming up in the future. So if this doesn't show you that it is possible, that you can do it, then I don't know what will. And honestly, I'm just extremely grateful that I can experience all of this, that I can take part in events like these. It has honestly changed my life for the better. Now, here are some key takeaways that I've learned during this whole experience. Consistency beats talent. I'm the most average runner you will ever see in your life. There is absolutely nothing special about me, but what I do differently to other people is that I just show up every single day. I'm willing to put in those reps over a long period of time in order to achieve my goals. You need to believe in yourself, believe in your own personal journey, believe that it's all going to work out and that all of the hard work that you put in will pay off. Keep going and do not underestimate how much you can change in 1 to 2 years of consistent dedication. And this is the first of many official half marathons and marathons in the future that I will be doing. And honestly, I'm absolutely buzzing to be able to take part in more of these events in the coming year. And if you're on your own journey, I'll be documenting all of these events with key lessons that you can learn from me. So make sure you stick around, because if I can do it, then you definitely can too.